So, new PlayStation 5 Pro Pssr 2.0 launch, big event going down tomorrow for Resident Evil, and Hellblade 3. Those are stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, from 1 to 10, what is your hype level for Resident Evil 9? The game is set to launch next month, so we're getting pretty close to this thing, so I'm curious where the hype levels are here. So comment below from 1 to 10, what is your hype level for Resident Evil 9? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, new Pssr 2.0 launch. Reading from PC Guide, it was March last year when PlayStation 5 designer Mark Cerny gave us some insight into the next evolution of Pssr, set to hit PlayStation 5 Pro consoles in 2026, and now it looks like the so-called Pssr 2.0 is ready to be launched in the first quarter of the year. That's according to recent rumors, which also aim to provide a closer look at the expected performance of next-gen Pssr. Summary of rumors for Pssr 2.0 major update finally coming to the PlayStation 5 Pro. Update timing is around January to March. Implementation of a feature very similar to FSR 4 on PS5 Pro, improved image quality and performance compared to before, frame rates boosted even for games that were capped at 70 to 80 FPS, low resolution classic games also upscaled to high resolution, new debugging tools prepared for developers. So I saw this making the rounds recently as if it's new stuff, even though the original poster on Twitter themselves put it as a summary of existing rumors, just kind of collecting what they've seen over the last year, I guess. The Pssr 2.0 early 2026 release was something I remember being said somewhere, but I forgot where it was. I forgot about it too. I found a PlayStation Lifestyle article that points to Moore's Law is Dead saying this, but the video they linked in the article, I couldn't find where he said that specifically, so I'm not sure if he edited that section out, which obviously would mean he doesn't see that happening anymore, but that's just a guess there, but I think that's where it came from. This isn't something that's just recently popping out now. This was a discussion before. As for some of the other stuff mentioned here, it's items that we've heard before from Moore's Law is Dead. It's not really new stuff. I will say, though, the low resolution classic games being upscaled isn't what Moore's Law is Dead said, and I think we've gone through this before. He was talking about generally Sony wants to be able to upscale from lower resolutions, lower than 864p, I believe, not necessarily about upgrading classic titles. Theoretically, though, maybe there is a way to integrate this into the emulators to help upscale them that way, but he was just talking about Sony generally wanting to upscale games from lower resolutions than 864p. I hope this thing does launch in the first quarter of 2026, but again, I don't think we'll know until a game actually gets updated with it, similar to, I guess, FSR. Every time we hear about FSR coming later this year, we only hear about it actually launching when the first game gets updated for it, and we're like, oh, there we go. The first game has FSR 2.0 or FSR 3, etc., stuff like that. I mentioned before it would be great to start the year with Resident Evil 9 in February, running Pssr 2.0, boosting FPS and visual quality on PlayStation 5 Pro, but of course we don't know. There's also the possibility of Sorrows getting the upgrade as well in April. As I've stated before, I just hope we don't have to wait till much later in the year to see the results of this new upgraded Pssr. Let's see how things go, and if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Hellblade 3. Reading from Push Square, Windows Central Snoop Jess Gordon says UK studio Ninja Theory is aiming for Hellblade 3 to be more interactive than its immediate predecessors, which focused on narrative and visuals above all else. We'd expect a deeper combat system than perhaps more in line with the dev's historic work on releases like Heavenly Sword and DMC Devil May Cry. So, this is great to hear. Hellblade has the visuals down. It's one of the best looking games out there, and in terms of visuals, what people expect when they think of next generation alongside other titles like Death Stranding 2, for example. The problem with this game has mainly been that it's kind of boring. There's no real gameplay outside of the 1v1 battles that happen, but that's pretty much the main thing, the main chunk of gameplay. So if they can maintain pushing, for impressive visuals alongside bringing fun gameplay, it could be something really good. I would say if they're going to do that, just reboot the series, reboot it, and start off with a new Hellblade 1, or remake Hellblade 1 and 2 with improved gameplay, and then do Hellblade 3. Then you'll have a whole trilogy of great titles with gameplay and visuals. But you guys let me know if you're fans of Hellblade or not. Let me know down in the comments below.
The shadow will always hang over me.
And now diving into the final story of the video, tomorrow is the day. So this should be a relatively quick story, but tomorrow is the Resident Evil showcase that goes live at 2 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. Resident Evil 9 will be there, and Leon gameplay should be showcased for the first time. Proper gameplay, not the snippets that we saw in the trailer, which are still nice, but I want full walkthrough gameplay of Leon, so that's hopefully what we should be getting tomorrow. The description for the show does mention games, plural, which sounds like it's more than just Resident Evil 9. It could also just be, standard texts just to put in there, disclaimer that these games are not meant for kids, blah, 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 whatever's mentioned here, stuff like that. But, it could be something else, like announcing the remakes for the Switch 2, stuff like that. I wouldn't expect the big remakes that we want, the ones that are reportedly coming next, like Code Veronica or Zero, to be announced here. I would assume they want to focus on Resident Evil 9. Of course, it would be awesome if they did announce those, but I feel like Code Veronica would be something that's announced later in the year. There's also hope that we'll get a demo, which would be great, something featuring a bit of Leon, a bit of Grace, to showcase the distinction between the two in terms of gameplay and story. That's just a hope that a lot of people have. I don't know if it'll be there, because I think we got a point or a statement that they're not working on a demo. But of course, Capcom, they've been playing with our minds when it comes to Resident Evil, and they've been doing that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say that we're not doing a demo, and then, oh, hey, there's a demo at the showcase. At the end of the showcase, hey, demo goes live later this evening. You guys can go play it. Go ahead. Something like that. That would be awesome. Of course, let's see what happens. Tomorrow is the day, but you guys let me know if you're excited for the Resident Evil showcase or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Bring on the showcase." Obviously, this is in reference to the Resident Evil showcase that's set to go live tomorrow. I'm excited to see what we get over there. I want to see that Leon gameplay, and I also really hope that we do get a demo drop. That would be exciting. That would be the icing on the cake if Capcom just did that, just hoping over there. But let's see what happens tomorrow. If you're excited like I am, destroy the comment section with "Bring on the showcase," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.
Oh, no, this way, no, this way, no, this way.